Hello, hello, hello. Yes. I told y'all we'd be right back, and we is back. And I'm super excited. It is the primetime mixer. But we're gonna start it off with, to my right, to some of y'all's left. We're gonna start off with Queen Tosa. Introduce yourself, love.
Hello, everyone. My name is Queen Tosa, and I'm actually a digital creator here on YouTube. You can find me at Next Case with Queen Tosa. And I also have a brand, Grow Through What You Go Through. And I just launched it just last week. But I am so excited to be here with my Primetime Mixer tribe. It's amazing. Thank you for having me. I'm Queen Tosa.
Yes, we love a good brand.
Yeah.
Get into the money. And of course, y'all know the not so infamous, the famous. Okay, we got to say it right. The famous chef cooking in the tilt kitchen with lots of butter. Yusuf. Go ahead,
Okay.
Yusuf, introduce yourself.
What's good? Shout out to the Bay Squad. Shout out to Queen Tulsa and Couture Bay in the building. Yes, we are doing the primetime mixer. This is like episode 10 or something, right?
Yes, it is.
We need to do an anniversary party.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm so for it. Party, we're there.
We love a good party. We love a good party. But speaking of good party, we have so much to talk about, so little time. So we're going to be talking about, as y'all are getting those likes up, as y'all are sharing this live, we're going to be talking about Portia and Simon Gubardia, baby. It's giving the War of the Roses. We're definitely going to be talking about Miss Netta fighting over Charles. Yo, lunch is ready. And of course, did he do it? Did he not? Is he being indicted? Is he not? What are your thoughts? But we're gonna start it off with the messiest group up here, Portia and Simon Gubardia. Because baby, every time I turn around, they are going at it. Start us off, Queen Toe. So what is the tea? What is going on?
Well, well, listen here. When you talk about Portia and Simon Child, Portia has ran through that court system like nobody's business. She's got Miss Diane over there coaching her. Listen here, Portia left the house. Miss Diane said, get up out of this house. This is my house. Go back over there to your marital house. Because as we all know, in Georgia, the rules are totally different. I'm in Oklahoma, but in Georgia, she can actually be in that house, whether if he wants her to or not, because they acquired the property in their marriage, right? And I feel like Portia was very, very, very smart because she decided to separate her assets from his. Now, I'm not going to say that, I mean, she is friends with Candy, and Candy has connections to the streets. I don't know if Mama Joyce was working. I don't know if Kenya was being a little messy and brought her back a bone, but she's definitely taken strides in this whole divorce. Simon is pissed. He's been playing videos from last year. But my thing is, I don't feel bad for Simon because, first and foremost, Simon was married to Fallon, right? And
Ooh.
whether they were going through a divorce or not, you filmed on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Portia was seen, not really dapping him up, but kind of gave him like the little punch. All that was noticeable to us afterwards, but did we know in the moment? No. So his trickery and the little silly games that some of these men play, I say that he's getting everything that he deserves, and Portia taking for everything he got. He can have
Ooh.
visa.
Listen, before I pass it over to Yusuf, I want to say this. Simon was the trick and Portia was the treat. There you have it. End of discussion. Like, you had a beautiful woman who leveled you up, got you looking good to the masses. Because won't a beautiful woman do that for a man? Yes. So,
Yes.
baby, this is a part of the game. If she's a gold digger, then baby, you worth the gold. And then you calling her dumb all online. How is she dumb but you got played? How is she dumb but you got played? Make that make sense, smarty. Your kids are homeless because you refuse to just simply let her be in the house and film in the house. Now she's getting her get back. Baby, everything Cordell put her through, she is using this opportunity, time, and pressure as a moment. And I'm here for it. I love when the girls turn these men every which way but loose. But Yusuf, what are your thoughts? How do you feel about this?
Well, I still am disappointed in Portia for coming out on the wrong side of the scam. I don't know how well Miss Diane is teaching her daughter to be Thought Junior because she hasn't won in any of her marriages yet. She is easy to get a ring, but she can't keep it, you know? And then being all proud of being a husband snatcher, I mean, what karma did you expect? And, you know, like I said, out of all the scamming you do and all the thoughting you do, Portia, why didn't you come out on the right side of the scam? That's all I'm saying. You should have known that you was over there with Gouda cheese and whatever his name is. But, you know, it's just sad to see it be the prettiest girls that, you know, be the most insecure sometimes, but it also be the prettiest girls that be the dumbest hoes. Okay, ooh. Back to you, Couture Bay.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, all I can say is this. Hey, you win some, you lose some, you live to win again. And on that note, I hope they can work it out because they too grown to be fighting like this, child. I mean, it's a mess. But yes, yeah, make sure y'all getting the likes up. Make sure y'all sip y'all little sippy sip. And make sure y'all share this out. I know y'all miss us. We really did this on Monday, but you know, I was outside. I was the one outside being wild and free. But I'm back.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You a young whippersnapper, honey. You got some clipper clappers.
Yes. Woo! She got her hair braided. She got on her maxi dress today, honey. She went to the gym, like getting that body
all clear.
Okay.
You're doing so clear, honey.
The skin is clear. It's because I'm putting these niggas through it. No.
Oh no, you probably missed the joke because you know they say that oil of Olay, honey, works good. Okay.
Hello.
You know they say when you let them.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Oh. You see, I'm a single girl. I'm single.
Woo!
There's only one married woman up here.
Right, and that's Queen Tulsa.
Ooh, not the clipper clappers. But y'all, speaking of the clipper and the clapper, can we get to Child? Your lunch is ready. Baby Miss Netta. Since she's a part of the community, I'm going to let Queen Tulsa go first. Yusuf follow up, and I'm going to end it. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this. Miss Netta. I mean, when you sit up here, and this is for anybody that's in a relationship, whenever you put your man out on display, you are advertising your man, what he does for you, and how he makes you feel. And I believe she's been flaunting him so much. I mean, we had Saucy Santana coming for her man. We had Gabe Lincoln, this white guy that's after her man currently. And actually, this white guy had, I guess, triggered Miss Netta, and Miss Netta got fired up. Miss Netta came back on live, and I don't blame Miss Netta because if you come to my man, you better be ready to step to me. Because my thing is, this is a union, you know, and this was publicly. It wasn't like Gabe didn't know that Charles was attached, if this is the case, but it was publicly, and they're actually going on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Miss Netta says, "You're not stopping my bag." Miss Netta, you got all that money, but we need you to clean up your house. Ooh. We need you to clean up your house. You in there making plates, and Charles, your dinner's ready, but it was stuff all scattered in the background on the floor. The police had come out there, and I was like, oh my goodness, is this how we're living? I think they have a dog or something, but you don't have children. What is the excuse? Like, bring it back. Bring it back. I hope we see them going through therapy or something like that on the show of Love and Hip Hop, because I mean, I think that this is just too much iconic blessings for them at this moment, to be honest.
Okay, passing it over to Yusuf.
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
I don't really see the appeal with the Charles and Netta thing. I don't know. I don't like them. I'm not interested in watching them. I'm not interested in watching her slop. It reminds me of on Scary Movie when the dude had the fingers like that and he was mixing up the mashed potatoes. It
Oh
just
my God.
reminds me of just a nasty, sloppy, salty, sugary, fatty food and attitude and negativity and bad luck. That's what it sounds like to me. I wouldn't want to be with her. And
Ooh.
I'm a firm believer that everybody need love and they ain't even about the outside. Ugly is on the inside too.
Mm.
And I'm also disappointed in everybody who flocked around her because you so bedazzled by her ugly. You just want to sit around and look at her and beat her down to make yourself feel better. So I don't like that either. I feel like Miss Netta is being bullied to a degree, but she also signed herself up for it, and she's a bully too. So it's just a whole toxic circle. I would like for those charges not charges, but for those allegations to be addressed and looked into. Because I saw somebody else, Laquando Rondo, somebody else, and all these straight dudes with wigs on. It makes no sense, you know. And so, but this one is named Laquanda or something, and supposed to be a rival of Miss Netta. And around a couple months ago, they was talking about child allegation this and child allegation that, and
Ooh.
yeah, and I'm just like, they're just throwing it around loosely in the argument back and forth to each other. And we just worried about who cuts the hardest.
Mm.
So I don't really care for them. And nobody's going to make me. Moving right along.
Listen, when I first saw Miss Netta, I was just entertained by how Miss Netta was able to make all these meals. And, you know, I thought it was cute because I like to see people cook for their loved ones. You know, Yusuf, you be cooking. Queen Tulsa be in the kitchen cooking.
Period.
I love to see that. I love to see people like cook and they're happy about it and serving the food. Y'all know I'm from the South. So when I saw, you know, child, your lunch is ready, and it was always a full course meal, and it was just a presentation of everything. So
did you get the album though?
No, I did not buy the album. I don't want to lie to y'all. I did not buy the album, but I did give it a heart on the Instagram when I heard the Charles, your lunch is ready. Because if I could watch her cook the meal and show the plate and he eating it and saying it's good, then why not? I was entertained. I didn't care that Miss Netta was a part of the LGBTQ. I didn't care at all, to be honest. I just love the fact that Charles would eat the food, Miss Netta would cook the food, and it was just like a firestorm. I think people can be cruel. I would never share my man on the internet because, baby, one thing I know and two things for certain, you share anything dealing with that person loving you right on Beyonce's internet, here come the hoes. The hoes that didn't want them, never checked for them. So they're going to come out the woodwork ready to dip it low, pick it up slow, and do the cucumber challenge. So Miss Netta should have been fully prepared for that. People are always going to attack your spouse, whether it's true or not. We've seen it with content creators, our colleagues. We've seen it with the celebrities. Hell, they keep calling Jay-Z ugly, but every time I turn around, the girls be ready to throw their panties at him. So is he ugly? You know, I don't know. Baby, we've seen girls over there lusting after Robert, and he's in prison. You know, they're catching cases for him. So,
well, let me just say this. Couture Bay, I'm just going to say this as a member of the trans community and being a digital creator, being a content creator, you have to have a strong support system, backbone, to just like navigate, because I can only imagine the attention that she's getting because she's so famous. And then now they're on the, like I said, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. What I want these people to do going forward, and it's all people, when y'all get a check and y'all get these contracts, go get you some therapy so you can, get your, what I'm saying, get you right, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month and June is PTSD Awareness Month, So I would say that's the most important. And I just say, be your authentic self. Of course, people are going to talk about you, say this and say that, but just make sure you have the resources in place in case you have a mental breakdown.
And I want to say one more thing real quick. See, I can deal with ugly on the outside.
Ooh.
But on the inside,
Horrible.
no. And spare me with the bucket list ratchet tunes. Oh, it's on my list of things to do. I gotta make a song, and it's just so annoying.
Y'all know Yusuf don't like nothing but us.
Or nobody but y'all.
But us. But that's why we love it.
Well, at least it's even.
Yeah.
Hey. Speaking of not liking, let's talk about Diddy, Dirty Money, Sean Puffy Combs, the diddler. You know, being allegedly indicted.
Mm-hmm.
I say allegedly because they have not indicted him. They went before a grand jury. They're trying to indict him. They're saying they have all these people speaking, but before I get into it, I want to play the clip from CNN. I just want y'all to hear it because y'all know CNN has been trying very desperately to be the premier mecca of all news, breaking, trending, viral, especially after playing that heinous video of Cassie being knocked between the washer and dryer
Mm-hmm.
in the Intercontinental that is no longer open. So I'm going to play this for y'all. Fair use.
Evidence that investigators could be reviewing here.
So, as I mentioned, those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me, and that they have been brought in for questioning through these federal investigators. Now, when the raids first happened, we had a law enforcement source tell us at CNN that the investigation was largely based in sex trafficking, which is what HSI specializes in. Now we are hearing that that scope has been widened and that investigators are really looking into all of these claims put forth in these civil lawsuits. That would include not just sex trafficking, but also money laundering and illegal drugs. I have a source who tells me, quote, "This is much bigger than just these lawsuits."
Sounds like much more to come. Elizabeth, thank you very much for your continued great reporting on this. So, what are you learning?
So, starting with you, Tulsa, what are your thoughts?
Chad, I was just going through this this lawsuit, you know, with the Jones versus the Combs, and I'm just combing through these accusations because a lot of people were trying to discredit attorney Blackburn, Tyrone Blackburn, and I think he's doing an amazing job. I think when he is filling out these complaint forms to the court, he's being very detailed and he's being very specific. And, you know, I feel like at this point in his career, you know, with the TI career, TI investigation, I don't know what happened with that, but on this one, he is very serious. He is standing up for male and female victims. I think that, you know, we have been persuaded by the videos and the yachts and you know, his brand and you know, the things like that. And I think that overshadowed the big monster that he is and that he has been exposed for. And I wish that more people that have come out and, you know, if people that have experienced SA or being rugging and things like that, I think these cases need to be taken more seriously. And speaking of cases, I believe that Kim Porter's case should be reopened. When you talk about somebody's behavior and you talk about patterns and, you know, it goes back to Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Heavy D, and all them. And then we got to think about who's around. There are more women that were around him in the industry that had deals. They're still alive, but the men are gone. Mary J. Blige is still here. Faith Evans is still here. What this whole case has got me up in arms. It has got me feeling a certain type of way. And that BS apology that he had given us, he could have saved that and gave that to somebody else. Even Ray Charles could see that that was not a genuine apology. And I feel like Russell Simmons, there needs to be a call to action. You were a role model to these individuals, such as this monster that we are discussing today. I feel like justice will take its course, and we'll no harsh no harsh comments. I'm just gonna wait until all this plays out. I know that if we get those victims and they get to have their day in court, I think that we all need to stock up on popcorn. We need to stock up on awareness, because this is going to teach us what to look for. You know, he's gotten away with it for years after years after years, allegedly. And, you know, they say, you know, what's done in the dark will come to the light. And, you know, I'm the queen of chickens. Well, the chickens have come on to roost. Okay. Back to you.
Oh, Yusuf, what are your thoughts?
Not the chicken queen.
Oh,
but
yes.
I just want to say, shout out to Mama Bay. I agree with what she's saying. I'm going to go down the hole a little bit. But I do want to say prowler to the people. Prowler to the people. Okay? I got mixed messages and mixed emotions about this case, because on a lot of levels, I feel like I want Black media to do what it needs to do. I want Black media to come through and hold accountable who, what, when, where, and why it needs to be held accountable, enough to the point where we don't need all these outside opinions. I do understand that Diddy has harmed women of every color. However, it's the Black ones I'm not seeing get no justice. And, you know, and I just get skin crawly when I hear pale folks talking about Black news. Even when it's something real serious like this, it's like, you don't get no fun beating them down. And, you know, they trying to frame another Black man and then all of that. And so it's sad, because part of it be true, because they couldn't wait. Oh, perfect. We got one right here. And so with all of that going on, it's a media circus. And then with us, we need to be doing the real accountability. You know what I'm saying? And so it's disgusting. And Chop is off.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
So not castrate him, just chop it off?
Yeah, he said chop it off, baby. He said chop it off. Look.
Balls it off.
At the end of the day, I feel like this. I like both y'all points. And I do feel like, first things first, thank y'all for tuning into the Primetime Mixer. We do this bi-weekly, so please get the likes up. Please share this out. This is a collaboration of the forces. Amazing content creators bringing y'all thoughts, critiques, and analysis from their viewpoints. When it comes to Diddy, until he's charged, I don't care. I'm gonna be very honest, because I don't like to be the one to say it, but I like to be the one to say this. When you're doing the things that they are claiming that he has been able to do and get away with, you cannot do that by yourself. I know that for a fact. You cannot knock around white women any type of way, and you're a Black man. I know that specifically because the history says that. You know, their most fragile, most precious being cannot be tossed around and nothing happens. When did they start caring about the workers, the men and ladies of the night? They never have, because if they did, they would put laws in place that would protect them so that they could do their job safely. They do not care. My next thing is this. When do they start caring about women? They never have, because if they did, the moment they saw that video of her getting kicked in her back like that and stumped out, which I believe he already cut the check for that. So she got her justice. She got her justice. It's these other ones who are coming forward 20, 30 years now. Baby, I told y'all, when you wait to report somebody, it never gets better. You allow them to rebrand, reimagine themselves. They get to become who they want to be. Mm-hmm. And thank y'all to y'all for coming in the chat. But please get these likes up. You know, the mods are working super hard. Support your Black media. You know, that is important. We got the pale people out here thinking they can cover celebrity news and hip hop. Y'all are supposed to be covering the politics, baby. Y'all are CNN. The number.
I'm so sorry. And they should be reporting on that birth decline and on that opioid epidemic.
Hello.
Come on.
And their predators in their community. Worry about that. We don't need another hero.
No, and we don't. You know, I keep saying it over and over. I don't have a problem with the women telling their stories. I don't even have a problem with them suing him, because if that's what you feel you need to get justice, so be it. But let's stop playing games. When have the feds ever leaked information to the CNNs, the MSNBC, the PBSs, the BBCs, any of these white media outlets? They've never done it. You know why? Because they don't want to fumble the case. It's giving a fishing. It's like they're fishing for something, right? Because they don't have enough. If they did have enough, we would never hear about it. We did not hear about it with Robert. We didn't hear about it with Bill. We didn't hear about it with Jeffrey. We didn't hear about it with Harvey. So why are we hearing about it now? That's because the people don't want justice. Their justice is the money, and they're not getting it. And now they're trying to pick it apart. And it's a male man of the night. Like, baby, he's definitely not about to tell. He's definitely not about to tell, because we know in that type of business, if you talk, you don't get any more business. And baby, business is booming. Business was booming. I feel bad for Little Rod, because I was one of the ones who said, what's his name? What's the attorney's name?
Oh, Tyrone Blackburn.
Trash.
Blackberry Jam.
Because, baby, he might not even be allowed to rule in any more cases with that Rule 11 going up, and he's fighting for his life. So, child, it's really unfortunate. He's dropped the ball so many times. I have zero faith in him, and that's because he wants to be a clout chasing attorney, and that's cool. But if you're gonna do it, at least be a Ben Crump of the clout chasers. Don't be a Tyrone. Don't get caught up with the BS. Ben Crump be like, look, this is the money I can get you. You want it or not?
And at least he go cry with the family and act like he cared.
Okay.
Yeah. Tyrone doesn't seem like he be on his client's side ever.
Well, peep this out. Let's talk about on our Project 2025. That's something that we need to be gearing up for. I know a lot of us Black voters out here, some of us feel like, oh, my vote is not going to count. Baby, we need you in the polls. We need you out there. We need you going to go get registered. If you're able to, please do that. Not, listen here, not gay people's, everybody's going to be affected by this. And they are trying to get it to where there can be a president and he'll be the only last and remaining president. That's not what we've been doing over these years. And so this year, if you ain't never voted, I need you to get out there, get registered, vote.
Yes, you know what? And that's so truthful. Like, I feel like this. I don't care who you vote for, but listen, stop listening to these podcasters, these influencers, these celebrities. Listen to your gut. Go read the law. A lot of y'all live in the state of Idaho, and you worried about what's going down in Florida. Florida is not on your ballot. Focus. And that's how they get past a lot of the people all the time. I told y'all, I paid attention to what was going on in my county, in the city I live in, and what I saw. And I was in there saying, yes, no, yes, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes. And you cannot listen to these people who want to be voices and stand beside us. let me tell y'all something. There is a history of people standing beside us and turning their back on us once the bill was put in place. We got the Trail of Tears. That treaty is still in place, baby. Look it up. We were a part of that, and all of a sudden we're not. But y'all see what's going on at all those reservations. All these
even the 19
proclamations. We was a part of that, and now we not. And look what's going on with that. So when they be out here crying on the internet, I just sit and look. I don't stand for nobody but Black women.
Certain ones, because anybody can be dangerous.
Exactly.
Can I say something? This is a little peculiar, but you know how when the powerful systems and infrastructures that are moving and shaking the world are happening, such as the presidency and big booming industries, simultaneously it be all types of stuff going on. It's like a circus in our community. So it's always got to be a Diddy, or it's got to be a moment where something is going crazy, ratchetizing us, keeping us paying attention to that low vibrational stuff as opposed to the stuff that's moving and shaking the world. And another example that I wanted to point out, because I get tired of every time never saying it. Planet of the Apes.
Ooh.
Y'all, why do Planet of the Apes come out every time that it's about to be an election? It's like that's their way of saying what the N words are doing. Yeah, where we're at, because you notice the apes are always planning their escape and they're planning for their liberation. Get your hands off of me, you damn dirty human, and all of that. So every time that the election comes up, another Planet of the Apes movie come up, and it's after what they've been studying on us the past 3 years on social media and in real life. And then they put it into a movie so that they all can know what's going on and how much we're still asleep or woke. Now, y'all let that seep in. Every time it's the presidential election, the Planet of the Apes come out with another one. And Caesar's about to escape. And he's out in the public, and he got the goons and the apes is all together every time.
Well, check this out. You know, I believe it's the White House or whatever. They have a budget that goes for movies, so they have intel on what goes out, what goes in. So it's deeper than what we are seeing, but it's all in plain sight. So that was a great point, and for you to point that out.
Listen, I loved Planet of the Apes. I loved it. This one was really good. It told me everything I needed to know. You cannot trust a white woman. She is crooked.
But you see, it was a message in there. And you know they always calling us monkeys, projecting, because I'm not even going to go there. But
well, shout out to our allies that are on our side. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them, but we got more of the ones that ain't. Then so for me to be worried about them, you don't get a cookie for doing what's right. It's a natural thing to be a decent human being and to have allies and stuff like. So we're talking, you know, they automatically included. You know, nobody should need no special announcement when they doing what's right. You know, and we appreciate our allies and everything, but we're not going to not call out the status quo because of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to them.
And I do want to end it with this. I feel for any woman who's endured that type of suffering. But again, if you don't say anything, it does not get better with time. People are not going to believe you with time. That video came out and people are still coming up with their own thoughts and analysis. They said, baby, she went back. And I couldn't be, all I could do is say, you know what, you're right. She went back to him. So,
Stockholm syndrome, sis. That's
not
real.
everybody believes in that, though. A lot of people don't believe in that because when we've seen people who have been treated that way and they don't get the same grace, you know, they don't get the same treatment. So my thing is this: I feel for Cassie, but Cassie got her money because it was proven she actually dated Diddy. These other people, I don't think they're going to get anything because we've never seen them. We've never seen them.
No.
We can say what we want, but the baby mamas never said anything disparaging about Diddy. They talk in cursive. They speak in cursive. The little Kims and the Faith Evans and the rest of them, they're not
They speaking
disparaging.
now, sis.
The people who are disparaging Diddy are people who signed back contracts with lawyers. With lawyers, let me put that in there. With lawyers, and they still feel some type of way. I get it. Aubrey O'Day has been on Diddy's neck, but she ain't brought us nothing yet. Where is the something? You know, I'm sick and tired.
Well, listen, in defense,
Bring us the receipts.
They said that it's going to be some people going to be testifying. So let's just say like this. Let's remember this day. I believe that these people, if he does make it to trial, they are going to be one of the few people that we see come up. I feel like Aubrey O'Day would, because they're pissed about the what was it called? The residuals and things like that. He wanted to give it to them when it was worth nothing. People are mad. They're gonna come out.
I feel like they will come out, but I also feel like nothing's gonna happen because he is protected by the best. You know, they keep going for these small people. Now, if they go get someone big like a Clive Davis or one of them, then I'll believe them that they're really after somebody. They're not. And the fact that they're not going after the Clive Davises of the world, because Clive Davis is his mentor. Who mentored Clive Davis? Who are those people? How come we don't know who was over there mentoring Clive? How come we don't know who helped this former attorney turned record exec media mogul become this great thing? How come they're going after the onesies and twosies when they're all a band of brothers? You know, the Dre's, the Tommy Mottolas, the Clive Davises. You know, nobody is innocent. And I keep saying that. Nobody is innocent. Nobody. It just so happened Diddy's on the chopping block, right? The chopping block. But he's not being chopped because we've seen them indict people with less. So I don't feel like anything is going to happen just based off of how they're handling the case, because we've seen them do way more, very stealthy with less. And now we got this Diddy situation. It's like every time we turn around, like, what are they trying to promote? Diddy's going to come out with the gospel album next. He's going to be the next Kojic leader. Like, what is
oh, Jesus.
You know, TV Cakes to help him open up a mega church.
Oh my goodness. But
please stop bringing up unsound people in the chat. I get it, y'all like Jaguar, but Jaguar is not testifying. Please. They want to lose the case, they'll call Jag.
You know that's Queen Tulsa friend.
I don't care.
Sister in Christ.
Hallelujah. Shout out to Jag.
Amen. What are y'all final thoughts?
My final thoughts would be, we just really need to pay attention to these court cases. Really pay attention to Project 2025. Educate yourself, advocate in your community, and do what is necessary for you. I would say protect yourself. And anything that you do, you're going out partying, and you have a reputation, you're a public figure. NDAs needs to be in place. And I feel like for individuals that are going out to these parties, something that you don't agree with, feel free to say no, and always let somebody know where you are, share your location, and protect you. And come back and see us here at the Primetime Mixer.
Yes, we love it. Yusuf, what are your final thoughts?
Excuse me, I'm smoking. My final thoughts are for Miss Netta. Now you fix the ugly on the outside, fix the ugly on the inside, be a better person. Charles is going to leave you for a white woman. Portia, you too pretty to be so dumb. Okay. Who else did we talk about? America. Oh, Diddy. Chop him off, hold him to the fire every time. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's willing to be around Diddy, willing to pray for Diddy, help Diddy, work with Diddy, and even still, believe it or not, some pick Mishas is willing to still sleep with Diddy right now. Shame on you. You're going to catch STDs, sexually transmitted demons. And thank you for watching the Primetime Mixer.
Yes. Ooh. And listen, as my final thoughts is this. Till now, don't wait. Waiting does nothing. Waiting allows for the person to transform and become this beacon of hope, this leader of the free world, somebody great. If you're telling them now while they're still trash, we can get rid of them. Don't wait until, y'all are aunties and uncles and grannies and want us to do the work as media. Absolutely not. As far as Miss Netta go, girl, if you gonna fight about your man, make sure your man is worth fighting for. And to Simon, listen, when you decided to be a trick, welcome to the treats. And on that note, we are the Primetime Mixer. We come on bi-weekly. Who's it on next week? Is it on YouTube channel?
Yes, it is.
Yes, we're on YouTube channel, y'all. Y'all know we're gonna be wilding out.
Yeah, because I got my main channel back. Y'all know I got my main channel back too. I did have some good news. Yeah.
Yes.
I was virtually assassinated. I was virtually assassinated and reincarnated, and I'm so excited and I feel unstoppable. I'm just trying to be nice.
Yes.
It's the rebirth.
Listen, I told y'all all the time. They try to make these rules for the people like us, and we abide by them. It's them who don't. So on that note, what are your thoughts, Primetime Mixer crew? What are your opinions? Comment down below. Support your faves. We gotta go. Bye, y'all.
Peace. All right.